it's not how you land when you fall and you fail. It's how far you bounce back. And you wouldn't think that General Patton, this is a man who's synonymous with winning, with never going down to defeat and all these things, but he understood defeat. And he understood that we as human beings, at some point, we're going to stumble, we're going to fall, we're going to fail. If you lay down and you never get back up, that's true failure. But it's bouncing back when you hit bottom. How do you bounce back? You go and you look at some of the most important lessons that you will ever learn in life. And where were they learned? In your greatest failures. I cannot remember the gentleman who was being interviewed, but I listened to an interview of a gentleman who was a CEO of, had been of about 3 major Fortune 500 companies. And I think at the time he was over Bank of America, if I remember well. This is quite a few years ago. And he had lost millions of dollars. He had made millions and lost it 3 times. And somebody asked him, he said, "Sir, what is the secret to success? You've been a millionaire 3 times, and you've lost it and been nowhere 3 times in business. And now you're at the pinnacle of your career, leading this great giant company. What is the key to success?" And I will never forget his words. He said, "To fail twice as much." He said, "Every failure showed me how not to do something or how to move forward." And he said, "I learned from those things and I grew and I moved forward." Many people would call Thomas Edison a failure in many ways. It supposedly took him 10,000 times to make a light bulb that would work. And people could have said, many looked at him and said, "Edison, you failed all these times." He said, "No." He said, "I just proved 9,999 times how it can't be done. But I finally proved how it can be done." It's kind of the cup half full, half empty thing. It's all in your perspective. How do you move forward? How do you bounce back after failure? Edison could have, after 2 or 3 tries, said, "You know what, this is worthless. I'm not going to do it. I'm wasting my time." But yet, he does invent an incandescent light bulb, and life changed for everybody. We could look at things in this way. How are we going to bounce back from our failures? We go and we look in the scriptures at people who bounced back. Peter, he denied Jesus 3 times. But what did he do? He bounced back. It could have been his great defeat. Paul. Saul before, who becomes Paul. He's there holding the coats of the people who stoned the first martyr, Stephen. He could have been considered a failure. But no, what does he do? He bounces back. It's how you bounce back. Don't let failure stop you. Don't let a stumbling block keep you from getting back up. It's only those who lay there, who never get back up, are those that truly fail. There is risk in everything. It is only he who risks who gains. I had a gentleman one time tell me that if I did something, I would lose my shirt. And you know what? He was absolutely right. There was a great chance if I did that, I was going to lose my shirt. But here's the way I looked at it. And I told him this. I said, "Yes, I may lose my shirt. But if I only have it for a day, at least I had the shirt a day longer than you ever will, because you're not willing to even take the risk." He wasn't even willing to bounce back up. He was dead before he started. Don't let defeat, don't let a failure stop you. Bounce back. And if we trust in Jesus, we can bounce back time after time after time and never truly hit the rock bottom. I pray that God will bless you and keep you this day and all.